last year's game here against San Diego, they hit some big pass plays on you guys. I know that. Do you remember that? Does that, your competitor, does that stick in your mind a little bit? And I know you're playing safety in this game, but do you remember that? Is that motivation, or is that behind you and in the past?
Yeah, most definitely. Anytime we had a game like that, with the stakes being on the line, such as bowl game last year, they kind of dashed any dream of us going to a bowl game last year that lost. For us to bear the brunt of it, he passed for close to 400 yards against us. Most definitely the sour taste come up. And similar situation this year. We go for a 4-2. This is a crucial game for us. We both got some tough games down the stretch. So most definitely like to get a win, but most definitely that sticks out of my mind. This year, hope for a different outcome.
Yeah, what will have to change? I know those two receivers, Sampson and Brown, aren't there, but are they doing it as much, or are they still taking their shots? I know Hillman's having a really big year, the running back, but they still take their shots downfield like they did last year?
That's just the part of San Diego State's offense. They got receivers that can do it. I wouldn't quite say that like the two receivers last year, but they still got receivers that can beat you deep. If you allow them. And, Lindley is back. He's a good player, most definitely. And most definitely, if you give them an opportunity and they're going to take what they give you. They're going to take what you give them.
Right.
They still got a pretty good offense. It's even more a little dangerous now. Now that Hillman's back, he had a year under his belt. He's a little more potent this year. So, a lot of teams tailor around stopping him and open up big holes in the pass game.
Right. So how do you think this game will be different for you? You were playing corner last year. Now you're playing safety. And, again, I guess it depends on down and distance personnel you can move in. Well, how will this game be different for you, think, with a team that, can be pretty balanced with what it wants to do offensively?
Me personally, just the calls and things like that. Me being back there, being more in tune. And last year I would say it was more macho, me versus him. And this year, I'm scanning the whole field. Playing free safety back there. I'm responsible for run. I will pass. I have a bigger role in the run game this year. Last year it's kind of like I was out there, run come my way, just make tackles like I usually do. This year that's my job. And then I have to play the pass. So it's a lot more on my plate, but I'm excited and I'm embracing the challenge this week.
Right. How would you describe Hillman and what makes him good? And you've seen some good running backs this season, and Burkett from Nebraska, Turbin from Utah State, and you'll see some other good ones. How does Hillman compare? Is he maybe the best guy you've seen to this point, or what's your take on that?
Honestly, we play the Burkheads, the Turbins, so I can't quite say he's the best, but most definitely, he bar none, he's up there with those guys. Most definitely, his number says he's better, but most definitely, I feel like he's a great athlete. He's explosive. He can make you miss, and that's most definitely a dangerous combination. Anytime a running back can make a guy miss in space or in tight windows, I have a lot of respect for him. Most definitely, they're gonna try to get the ball in his hands. Just like last year, and it's our job. Our coach staff done put in a great plan to stop the run. And, when we stop the run, just hoping to throw up some passes this year,
right.
Get our hands on balls this year.
How do you think, Quest and Blair will hold up against those? Again, I know it's not Brown and Sampson back there, but they're going to take their shots sooner or later. How do you think they'll hold up, and how will you kind of help guide them or educate them, I guess, or even coach them up, I suppose, to be prepared for what they're going to see in their deep vertical pass game?
Yeah, I think Quest and Blair is more than capable of being able to hold up with the receivers that they got. It's a game of numbers. It's a game of technique. If they discipline the technique that Coach Grinch has coached them throughout this season, I feel like they have success. Anytime you let your technique get away from you, it don't matter what receiver it is, he could beat you. And I feel like they're going to do a great job this week. Anytime I'm back deep and got my antennas up, I'm most definitely going to help them as much as possible. Back there, because I understand. I played these guys for the past 3 years. And, I understand. Big chunks of yardage is the game plan. They don't want to throw slants and hitches. They want to throw the deep digs, the posts, and the double moves. And most definitely, I feel like just the big thing I told those guys: they catch a ball on you, don't get down. Last year they caught like a 40-yard, 50-yard touchdown on me last year. I bared the brunt. I understood that. I came back, made a play. And like I said, teams like this, you gotta have your antennas up. And if they do catch a pass, don't get down. Because that's a part of the offense. Just come back and make a better play next time. So most definitely, I feel like those guys are ready. Get in the film room, and those guys are more than equipped to handle the challenge that's going to be coming up Saturday night.
All right.